What's up guys, it's me AG and today we are here in beautiful Florence, Italy. We are starting our day off at Mercato Centrale for breakfast to have some legendary sandwiches at Da Nerbone. It's gonna be a fun day, come along with us, let's eat and let's go. So here we are on the first floor of Mercato Centrale. It's pretty early in the morning, so it's not that busy yet, but the first floor seems to be filled with your produce vendors, your meats, your wines, your vegetables, your candies, and Da Nerbone is also here on the second floor, in the first floor, while in the second floor you'll find most of the eateries and bars and even a cooking school. So if you really want to look for something to eat, second floor is your spot. Finally in our first spot, Da Nerbone. It is a pretty big institution here in Mercato Centrale. They're pretty famous for their lampredotto and their burrito sandwiches. We got one of each. They also have some other stuff in their menu, but they're not available until I think 10 a.m. So we'll make do with what we have. So they look like pretty solid sandwiches. He also drizzled some green sauce garnish and some red pepper sauce garnish. I don't think we got to film it, but he also dipped the breads in the broth that the beef is in, so it's a pretty alpha move. Okay, I'm gonna get into the lampredotto sandwich. Oh. Yes. You guys should know by now, I'm a pretty big sucker for tripe. This is no different. It's so chewy, so gummy, so soft. The texture is amazing. The flavor as well, it's just got the slightest salty flavor, and it's got it's complemented by the nice red chili sauce and the freshness of the green oil that he put in. Oh, this is really nice. The bread as well, it's slightly crispy, but pretty soft. It's a perfect vessel, but this one, pillowy bread with even softer tripe, that's a winning combination. The texture of the tripe is almost like biting into fat without the guilt. The bread, after a while, it just soaks up all the juices, and because of it, the inside just becomes even more soft while the outside stays crispy. OP combo, OP textural combo. Next one is their roast beef. I also got to mention the red chili oil is a bit spicy, which I'm pretty big fan of. It just cuts the fattiness really well. So when he was cutting the roast beef, it almost reminded me of how expertly people at Katz's Deli cut their pastrami. That's pretty much the same vibe here. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. The roast beef, they must simmer it for hours because it's pretty soft, very fatty. It's pretty good. I still like the tripe better, I'm not gonna lie, but it's a pretty solid sandwich. Actually, just for posterity's sake, I'm gonna get a bite of the middle. That's a good roast beef sandwich by anyone's book. Pretty solid. And for the price point, €4, pretty value.
So Yambi here is famously not a fan of tripe, but let's see her taste the tripe sandwich. So how is it, huh?
Very plain. It's not too chewy and gelatinous, which is what I don't really like about tripe. Pretty good. I like the spicy chili sauce. Pretty good.
If Yambi likes the tripe, you know it's good.
Loki prefer this over yesterday's sandwich.
Yesterday's? Ooh, hot take. She likes Da Nerbone better than Alamtico Binayo. Very hot take.
It's only because I'm not a cold cuts fan and I'm not a fan of hard bread, so it's just personal preference. Don't at me.
So some pretty great sandwiches for breakfast at a legendary sandwich shop here in Mercato Centrale. On to the next place. So that was a great visit to Mercato Centrale, full of fresh local produce, fruits, meats, and food. Da Nerbone, oh, I love the sandwiches there. For now, we're just walking and we're gonna head to the famous Florence Duomo. So we're just waiting in line for the Florence Cathedral. It's only around 10:45, but the line already stretches around the corner. I cannot imagine what the line must be like in summer at 12 o'clock. But yeah, just be ready for a wait if you don't arrive early. I mean, not gonna lie, even if you are waiting, it's pretty big treat just admiring the facade of the Florence Cathedral anyway. And the baptistry is on my other side as well, so even if you do have to wait, you still get to stare at this magnificent beauty from the front. Very nice. But here we are on the inside of the Duomo. It's not as nearly ornate as the outside, but the beauty really is in like how voluminous and massive this space is. It's almost haunting in a way. And honestly, the highlight is Brunelleschi's dome, like up here. Oh, the painting almost makes it seem to stretch up all the way up to the heavens. It is honestly larger than life. Like, this video does not do it justice how magnificent it is. You guys gotta remember as well that when Brunelleschi was commissioned to design this dome, he was neither an architect or engineer by trade. So he literally designed this without having the proper skills in mind. It's just one of those things where it makes you really wonder, like, how did the man do it? The absolute madman, like, how? I study engineering, right? I don't know how to do this. It's still like one of the largest domes in the world. It is truly larger than life. It's literally an icon of Florence. Not gonna lie, just the facade and just the whole outside of the Florence Cathedral is almost as good, if not on par, as the facade of Sagrada Familia. Just my opinion. Like the different stones, just how ornate and decorated the things are, the carvings, the different colors. It's so bright and vibrant. I really love the facade. It's so nice. So it's lunchtime and we're here at Trattoria Sergio Gozzi. It's a very local spot next to the Medici Chapel, and we're just here for lunch. We got 4 dishes, 2 pasta dishes and 2 meat dishes. We also got some of their house red wine for a very reasonable price of €6 for half a liter. So you know we had to get it. Let me just taste. That's good. So first dish is like a pasta. I forgot what the name it was called, but it has truffle cream and mushrooms, and I sprinkled on some parmesan because you know you got it. Wow. It's like a super umami explosion. The earthiness of the mushrooms, the umami of the truffle, and then the nuttiness and the saltiness of the cheese. Wow. Also, I think it's filled with ricotta and spinach. It's a pretty OP combo. Next up, pappardelle with a lampredotto sauce. You know I love my truck. So to have this as a pasta sauce, you know you gotta get it. Gummy, soft, tripey goodness. With the pappardelle has an excellent texture as well. It's got that distinct tripey taste that I love. Very nice pasta. So let me tell you, this is peposo. It's like a pepper beef stew. Ooh. Okay, that is fall apart tender. Ooh. Okay. That's very nice. It smells like it's got some wine in it as well. Wow. That is so fatty, so tender. The sauce as well is so deep, umami and winey. And pepper as well. Wow. That's hella deep and hella flavorful. Very intense flavor. Very nice dish. Yeah. It just falls apart in your mouth, and when it does fall apart, you can feel like the tiny strands of the fat that's like encapsulated in the meat. It just releases all its juices, all its flavors. Flavor explosion. Last dish is a baked pork chop in a sauce that I don't really know what it is, but let's taste it anyway. Yeah. That's good. It's almost got like a taste of like a very nice gravy-esque sauce. The fattiness, like I got the fatty part of the pork. That's very nice. Very well baked, not too dry. And yeah, like the plain pork chop with that very nice flavorful sauce. Delicious. And you know, they always give you bread in restaurants. It's not the best. It's a bit dry. It's a bit stale. But like, you know, it's the perfect vessel, the perfect mop to mop up all the sauce after you finish eating. You know, it's not the greatest, but it's there. So that was a pretty legendary Tuscan meal here at Trattoria Sergio Gozzi. My favorite dishes have probably got to be that truffle and cream pasta. Oh, that was so nice. That was like a massive umami flavor explosion. And the peposo as well. The beef was so tender and fatty, and that sauce was so deep and rich. I really love those dishes. Anyway, we're just gonna keep on walking and on to the next place. So it's around 4:18, it is nearly sunset, and obviously what you gotta do during sunset time in Florence is soak up the views at Piazzale Michelangelo, so we're walking there now. Let's go. Alright, here we are at the Piazzale Michelangelo. Obviously a very popular spot for everyone to just soak in the golden hour that is right now. Beautiful views of Florence, the Duomo, Palazzo Vecchio, just Arno River, Ponte Vecchio. Oh, what a way to end our last full day here in Florence with some breathtaking views, not only of the Tuscan countryside, but of the beautiful city of Florence itself, birthplace of the Renaissance. Couldn't be better. God, I wish I played Assassin's Creed 2 just so I could appreciate the city and this view more. So we're walking by the Arno River, and literally like, I don't understand, I was taking photos with this camera, but like, the color that the sky is appearing in the camera is very unreal. I don't know why, but you know, it adds to the vibe. It's a vibe. So after Piazzale Michelangelo, we just ended up walking around the Oltrarno district. It's the district like opposite the main city center of Florence, but definitely check it out if you have the time. It's a very different feel to the other side. We're just waiting right now because the dinner place that we're going to, Trattoria La Casalinga, which is literally
Right over there.
right over there. It opens in a few minutes, so we're just waiting and we'll see you guys inside. So we made it inside Trattoria La Casalinga. The waiter kindly explained the menu to us. Like the menu was like all in Italian. It was very intimidating because I don't speak Italian, but like he kindly suggested to us some dishes. So we got his suggestions. Very nice 2 pastas and 3 meat dishes. I cannot wait. I'm very excited.
Tortellini, rabbit, and pasta with the cream tomato and pesto. Okay? Voila.
First dish we got was a tortellini with a rabbit sauce. The guy recommended it. The sauce looks so thick and chunky with all these pieces of meat. Yeah, that's so nice. That sauce is so flavorful and deep. There's also liver in there as well, which adds like a nice chunkiness to it. Oh, very nice. So next up is there's penne alle tripe. I think it has tomatoes, cream, and pesto. Seems to be in like a very thick tomatoey sauce. The tomato sauce is so nice. It's like got the perfect bit of acidity to it, and it's like chunky, flavorful. Very good. And did I mention how nice the texture of the pastas are? Very good. Like those are actually some top tier pastas. Like one of the best pastas I've ever had in my life. Both of them were so simple, yet they were executed so perfectly. Like wow, the tomato so simple, but wow, the rabbit sauce, it's just rabbit, but like so good. Very nice. So we got a bit of a spread for our secondi piatti, but I'm gonna start off with the pork sausages first. They're very vibrant and red, and it comes with mashed potatoes as well. Nah, wait. Okay. Hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Like, it's not a bad thing, but it tastes like a combo of spam and corned beef. I'm not even joking, but like in the best way possible. It's like a top tier version of it. I'm a spam and corned beef fan myself, so obviously I'd like it. But bruh, like trust me when I say try it, it's amazing. Next up, we got a plate called like a bollito misto, and there's like a variety of boiled meats. There's a pig trotter, ox tongue, there's a chicken in there, and there's some beef as well. And it also came with like a green salsa verde, which is very nice, just to complement it as well. I'm gonna start off with this thing, which I have no idea what it is. I forgot, I didn't hear it when he was explaining, but it has like a massive fat cap on top. Like there's some gelatinous goodness. It looks very fibrous. Wow, that was super fatty and tender upon the first bite. But like with the salsa verde, it gives it a very bright freshness. Oh, very nice. I have no idea what the salsa verde is made of, but it's almost like minty and parsley. There's definitely parsley in there, but it's very fresh, very like nice addition to the otherwise plain boiled meats. Next up, beef tongue. I love me some beef tongue, so like there's no question that's good. Very nice. Next is just plain beef, but it also has like a massive fat cap on top. Oh yeah, super beefy and that fat, that luscious fat on top. It's just like the ultimate addition to it. Very nice. Next up, it's just boiled chicken. But what I've noticed here as well, as well as in Spain, like all the free range chickens are like really yellow in color. But let's taste. Very nice. It's just your plain boiled chicken, but you know, like you can tell it's different from like a battery farm chicken. It's got like a little bit more like extra free range flavor. Probably the grass has been eaten. Last for you, all you foot fetish people, it's pig trotter. Ooh, that's some gummy jelly-like, super soft goodness. I mean, if you don't like gelatinous textures and just fatty textures, maybe that's not for you, but for me, that's really nice. It's just like all skin and fat, some strands of meat. Oh, very nice. Last dish is some guinea fowl. Never had it before. Let's taste it. Firstly, it tastes a bit different from chicken, but still similar enough. But the skin is so paper thin and crispy, and it's like tastes different from chicken skin, but it's very nice. It's plain but well executed. Also came with some roast potato. Oh. Even the roast potato is executed perfectly. You can immediately tell like the guinea fowl is just a completely different color from like your normal chicken. You know, probably because it's like more natural, I guess. I don't think they farmed this. Maybe they hunted or something. Very nice. Oh yeah. That flavor is just like chicken evolved. Very nice. Alright, what a pretty amazing experience at Trattoria La Casalinga. All the staff was so friendly and attentive to us. They so happily explained and recommended dishes from the menu. And the food was amazing as well. The vibe was amazing. Highly recommended restaurant. I think we're just gonna walk home now to the hotel and see you guys there. Psych, you thought we were gonna go back to the hotel again. We had to go back. We had to go back to Gelateria La Carraia. The two flavors I got this time was chestnut cake and coffee. Let's taste. Ooh, yeah. It's nutty and almost vanilla cakey at the same time. I guess that's what's a chestnut cake. I don't really know what chestnut tastes like. I only know what like roasted chestnuts taste like, and this does not taste like that. But it's really nice, really creamy. Yeah. Let's get into the coffee. Wow. That's okay. Usually coffee flavors, they're like a bit too sweet. You know, it's like, it's because sometimes, usually coffee's bitter, so people like make it sweet to make it more accessible. But this one, it's almost borderline bitter. I really love this, like actually. Really strong coffee flavor. This is my type of coffee gelato. Yeah.
Alright, so as you can see, I started digging into one of the flavors. I got cheesecake, which is on top, and pistachio on the bottom. You know I had to do it. So the cheesecake, you know, slightly tart with that perfect cheesecake flavor. Perfectly balanced with like, I think it's a boysenberry, but it's like, it has like a nice like berry flavor to contrast with it. Alright, now to taste the pistachio. Ooh. Whoa, okay. Very pistachio-y. Wow, that's like the most pistachio-y pistachio gelato. Wow, that's pretty good.
When the tears come streaming down your face, when you lose something you can't replace, when
You know the drill, guy.
And the hair zuba.
Yeah.
Yay! Florence, baby.
Humans and their stupid superstitions.
Sorry, I'm going back to Florence, maybe with my future husband. I'm kidding.
Ew.
I'm kidding. Please don't include that.
lights will guide you home and ignite your bones.
what another fun day here in Florence. We started off the day at Mercato Centrale to try out some legendary sandwiches at Nerbone. The lampredotto sandwich is actually so nice. And then after that, we hit up Trattoria Sergio Gozzi, a really nice local spot for some great Tuscan and Florentine food. After soaking up the sunset views of Florence, we walked down into the Oltrarno suburb and ate at Trattoria La Casalinga. Mwah! Oh, that was beautiful. Their pastas were top notch. And shout out to the pork sausage, the spam and corned beef hybrid. Mwah! Tugging at my heartstrings, tugging at my childhood. I know it sounds gross if you don't like those two things, but it's so delicious. I highly recommend it. Anyway, guys, that'll do for today. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys on the next video. And then after that we hiked up, and then after that we walked a bit, and then after that we walked a bit to Piazzale Michelangelo to soak up one of the most, and after that we went to Piazzale Michelangelo and after that we walked a bit, and after that we can you shut up? Can you shut up? And after that we shut up. And after that we